Welcome. Today you'll learn how to use ClickUp. First, we'll create our account. Let's go to the login section, then click register in the top right. You can enter your name, email and password or continue with Google. I'll continue with Google. After entering your account, you'll be in ClickUp. Now you'll need to complete a short survey. First, what will you use ClickUp for? The next question is, what do you want to do with this app? Then, how did you hear about us? This is all the info they're collecting. You can mimic a co-worker if they already use ClickUp or click Done. If you don't have anyone, you can select tools you use or just click Next without choosing. Let's click Next again. Now name your first workspace, enter the name and click Finish. You've created your first ClickUp account. As you can see here, there are some tutorials you can view, but you can click the X to close them, and now your account is all set up. How does ClickUp work? As local students, I've made a Paint-like program just for you to understand how it works. As you can see, this is the hierarchy we always have in the program. We create a workspace, right, which as you can see is the one up here. We could create different workspaces, each being unique. Within any workspace, we'll always find different spaces. These are spaces we can create ourselves. For example, in this case, the team space, okay? Also, within these spaces, we can find lists. As you can see, I've created a list in this space. We can also group these lists into folders. Like this project folder here. Inside this folder, I have different lists. And finally, within these lists, we have our tasks, okay? Tasks, subtasks. We can add as many subtasks as we want. Click on Project and you'll see different tasks. This is how ClickUp is structured and works. Understanding this helps us master the tool effectively. How do we set up ClickUp software? Go to the top left, click Settings, and then go to My Settings. Here we can set up two-factor authentication, okay? We'll receive a code via SMS each time we log in. We can change our ClickUp themes, plus change language, time zone, and date format settings. There's also a preferences section for notification pop-ups, showing appointments and keyboard shortcuts for advanced users. You can toggle animations on or off if it's slowing down all these animations within ClickUp. Next is workspaces, where we can view and create new ones. Next, let's go to notifications. This is the most interesting part, where we can configure which notifications we want in our inbox, okay? It's set by default, but we can use focus mode, which helps you track work without overloading your attention span, alright? You'd have fewer notifications, or you can customize settings for this channel. If we select custom, okay, you'll see a list of options to enable or disable notifications that would appear in your inbox. You can apply these settings to other options like email, browser, or even mobile. The next section we could go to is cloud storage. Here we can enable and disable different apps we connect to store the work we do in ClickUp in the cloud, and with that we've finished our configuration. You might be wondering how to create your workspace. I'll show you a simple way. Go to the top left click on our icons drop down and select New Work Environment. Here we'll answer the same questions as during login. You've seen the login video. We'll include the first step too. Then click Done for each prompt. Finally, name your workspace, click Finish, and you've created your workspace at last. Now that we have our workspace, to create a space within it, we need to click New Space or the plus sign. Name this space, add an optional description, and choose to make it private or not. Making it private means only you and invited members with a link have access. We'll hit continue and define our workflow. We can edit our default tracks within our space. For example, we can activate a table, workload, schedule, or mind map. We'll click finished. It'll return to us. we'll go to task status where we can differentiate states, add new ones, or delete existing ones. Finally, we can activate or deactivate the ClickUps we want. We have a video on changing ClickUps in this tutorial. We'll click Finished, we'll create the space, and then we'll have a space created within our workspace. What are ClickUps and what are they used for? To see ClickUps, let's go to our icon, expand it and click on Settings. Inside, we'll go to ClickUps. And what you're seeing on screen now are ClickUps. Simply put, ClickUps are a way to customize our workspace. As you see in the full workspace tutorial, I have various options, including ClickUps. With these, I can enable or disable features to make my work more productive and easier when working with colleagues, like time control with our global timer or manual logging. It integrates dashboard for detailed reports like email send and receive emails in ClickUp. Communicate with external contacts from any email address you already have. As you can see, I have different spaces with this option enabled, and you'd have thousands of such options. For instance, dependency warning, get alerted when closing a task that's waiting on others to finish. This helps avoid mistakes and assuming things our colleagues haven't completed yet. This way we can organize better. Here are many options you can explore, turn on or off as you like. Let's look at how lists work in ClickUp. First, we'll create a new list in our space in ClickUp. We'll click More, create a list, and name it as we like. For example, our company's marketing section. We could make it private so only you and invitees can access it, or we could make it public for anyone in our space to view. You can also use templates, which we cover in another video. We'd create this list, and now we have our marketing list. Within this list, we can create various tasks of interest. With tasks made, we're organized and can use different options. I'll show. As you see, I'm no marketing expert, hence I make tutorials, not ads. We could add different tags to all our tasks, okay? To create a new one, we just enter the name we want and hit enter, and we'd instantly have a new tag. For this existing tag, we could add it to any task by clicking tags and selecting it, or create a new one by typing a name and hitting enter. We had other options like clicking the plus to add a subtask within this task. All tasks we create have an option to add a status. For example, planning in progress, at risk, or needs update. This helps communicate visually and quickly with your teammates. You can always edit the name here and add people who need to do the work. If you're sharing this list with different people, you can assign here who needs to work on this specific part of the project. Also, in the top right, you can customize this list, filter what you're looking for, collapse or expand subtasks as needed. Pin this view, which basically means setting it as the default view. We have a video about views, including this one. Among others, create a private view, protect it, and even export the work. We also have a video on how to export and import tasks in ClickUp. Additionally, you can add deadlines for these various tasks. For instance, if it's due on the 12th, you can set that for any task and assign a priority, urgent, high, normal, or low. You can duplicate any task or set a reminder for it. If we need it, it can set a reminder for us, move it to any other space or place we want. We can even save tasks as templates by clicking Templates and Save as Template. Also, you can pin any list to favorites. This allows for quicker access by clicking on favorites, where we can find the list we've added to favorites. We can do this with spaces too, not just lists. Views are ways to visualize our tasks, or we could say they're different ways to view our lists. These lists are within our spaces and can be organized into folders, as we've seen in the Flickr tutorial. We have many views, as you can see. If we click more, we'd see all of them, but we'll focus on these here. We have the list view, which is like a simple shopping list. Next is the board view, similar to the list. but it shows statuses as large cards. Inside these are smaller cards we can move around as needed, much like Trello, which we also have a tutorial for on this channel if you're interested. Let's look at the calendar list. As you can see, the calendar shows tasks with deadlines in this space. Here's a task due tomorrow, visible in the calendar. This quickly shows what I need to do this week. If all my tasks are scheduled, I'd see them here, making everything much more organized. The next view is the Gantt chart. If we open it, we'll see it's a visual way to organize tasks chronologically, showing different tasks and how they link together. For example, if I wanted to link that the sector part must be done before the campaign part, I'd always need to add an arrow showing one goes before the other. Then I'd draw an arrow from the sector to the campaign indicating the next step. I could do this with multiple tasks, organizing them however I want. Finally, we had the mind map. We could choose between two structures, tasks or blank. Let's look at tasks. As you can see, it creates a mind map of my list, showing the tasks and any subtasks below them, giving us a visual representation. How to share our projects or tasks in ClickUp. First, we'll go to our space within our workspace. In our space, we'll click the share bar at the top right. Here, we'll enter the profile of the person we want to invite. Click Share Space, then Search. As you can see, we can now invite anyone. We can also simply copy the link and send it. From here, we can view who's in the space or even make it private, like I just did, or make it public again. Alright, this is the video about templates, or little tricks you could say. I'll show you how templates work so you can be more efficient when creating your spaces and lists. If you want to know how to access this template site, just click on the three dots, okay? In any space, click on Templates and Explore Templates, and you'll be here. Here you can find templates for your space, including folders, lists, tasks, documents, and more, whatever you need. Let's go to the space section. For example, if we wanted to create an entire space for a marketing agency, here we have templates. We can choose between different use cases, okay? When searching, look for template names by creation date or tags. This applies to templates you or your colleagues have saved. Clicking will show various templates by industry, like marketing templates. Templates for engineering, production, and more are available. You'll find various list folder templates, each with its own section. Let's create an example space. Imagine I want to make a marketing space using the Start Social Media Marketing template. In this template, we can see status groups, built-in kickoffs, and view types. We'll click Use Template, name it, and choose what to import. We can set project dates or import as is, with or without archived items. After clicking Use Template, it'll take a moment to create the new space. After about 2 minutes, it creates the space with everything from the template. We can explore the business temple sections which were promised in the template. You can investigate all areas as you like. As you can see, it comes with custom icons for a more visual experience. This way, you won't have to work as hard creating spaces, okay? Instead, you can simply choose a template, edit it, and be more efficient and faster. Let's explore how panels work in ClickUp. We'll go to the panels section on the left and create a new simple panel. We have other panel types, but let's focus on the simple one. We'll enter and select the location from where we want to extract data for our panel. I'll use social marketing, which is the template we created in the template tutorial. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. We'll select the panel and you'll see it start to create a pre-designed layout. In this panel, we can see various elements. First, we have unassigned tasks, tasks in progress, and completed tasks. There's also a graph showing the total tasks and who they're assigned to. Right now, you only see me because I'm the only one in this space, but if there were more people and tasks assigned to them, you'd see that here. Assigned tasks would appear here in the pie chart, showing different tasks assigned to each person and their percentages. We also have the same graph but in a linear format. There's also a workload graph by status, showing if we have work to do, if it's in progress, pending approval, etc. It all depends on the statuses in our list. At the bottom, we'd have all tasks with deadlines and weeks overdue. As you can see, here's an example of all of them. We could add new cards, and with these cards, we'd specify, for instance, that we want to add a new card that would appear here with the others. Basically, it would show up in this section. You'll see it now, a new card with details explained clearly for each. We could customize it, of course, but we could also use these preset cards, or for example, assign and add any of these cards. For example, I'll add the calculated card for sums, averages, and more for your tasks. In this case, I can't use this one as it's for the business plan, not for me. But, for example, I'd add a time report card. I'd click Add Card here, where I could change all these settings, like the name, location, etc. I'd click Add Card and it would add a new card. I have no results now as I have no time reports, but it would add a new card. We can do this with anything. If we want to add a new tag usage card, we could add it. Click Add Card and we'd get a tag usage card here. As you can see, I only have one tag, Done, which I used in a tutorial explaining how tasks work. But you can add as many cards as you need or want to visualize your projects better. How do you import and export workspaces in ClickUp? To do this, we'll go to the left, expand our icon, and go to the Settings panel. Let me tell you that we're going to export or import workspaces. What does this mean? If we import a CSV, it'll be for the entire workspace called ClickUp Complete Tutorial. If it's another space or workspace, okay? Another workspace would be treated as a separate entity. If you want to know how workspaces work, we have a video explaining workspaces and spaces. We'll go to Imports and Exports. In this section, to start an export, simply click Start Export twice. This might take a while, okay? It's preparing the data to export, then we'll click Download Export. Once downloaded, we can go to Google Sheets. In our spreadsheet, click File, Import, Upload, and then Import Data when the file's uploaded. As you can see, it's all jumbled now, right? It's not very clear, but all our data is here, okay? This is what we had in that ClickUp space. If we want to import work from another app, we can click Start Import. We can import spreadsheets or work from other apps like Wrike, Trello, we have tutorials on our channel, or Asana, a CRM. For example, if I click Wrike and hit Import, it'll ask me to import this data. We click Accept, and as you can see, now I see the spaces I already created in Wrike, which, by the way, are two spaces I used for my tutorial, okay? For our tutorial on this channel, we could select each of these spaces and decide where to move them. For example, we could create a new space with this, or another if we wanted, or send it to our space. And for this one, create a new space. In this case, we'll change this space for this one, and create a new space for the others. We'll click Next, and choose if we want to import Wrike scenarios and attachments. We've completed this, it may take a few minutes, and it'll import all our work from Wrike. As you can see, it has now imported all the spaces I had in Wrike. If I click on the first space, you can see all my work, which is little, as it's for a tutorial, okay? With my lists, all the folders I created, and here the space folder has been replaced by the one I made in Wrike. This is incredible and can be super helpful if you need to import data from these types of apps. To get our API in ClickUp, go to the top left tutorial icon, go to Settings, then to the ClickUp API section to create or get our API. Click Create an application and name it Add the link for the ClickUp app to communicate with, then click Create application. Once created, copy the API or use it as needed. Now we have our first API. We can do this with multiple apps as needed to automate tasks like with Make It or Zapier to boost productivity. All the options you need to know about ClickUp. First, it's important to understand we can generate an API, okay? This allows communication between programs and maximizes our automation capabilities. Got it? This is important. It has a very intuitive import-export feature for tasks that will greatly assist you when transitioning from one program to another. For example, if you want to try this new software, I have a tutorial on importing all the work I'd previously done in a writing app. We have many customization options for teachers so that our colleagues can easily understand what we've done and how we've worked. We can add document panels to view statistics on work distribution and overall project progress, as well as whiteboards and clips to visually showcase what we're doing to our team. We can even set goals. These features are all incredibly useful. Additionally, there are various views to explore that best suit our needs, as demonstrated in a video. To integrate your email in ClickUp, go to Account Settings, then to Email Integration. Here you can integrate in 4 different ways: Google, Microsoft, EdgeSense, Server, or EMAP. Choose the option that best suits you. After accepting or rejecting these options, click Continue. Reload the page. This is important. Now you'll see your email integrated. You can now add signatures, create email templates, and communicate via email without ever leaving ClickUp. Let's talk about Click's payment plans. As we can see, there are 4 options, okay? Starting with the Yulin plan, it has all the features of the free PRI plan, which is quite good. The KUP allows a workspace with up to 5 spaces, which is pretty interesting, right? It includes all that plus unlimited storage, spaces, customization, Gantt charts, and time tracking. It's also compatible with the guide. That's key. The next plan is Business at €12 monthly. It includes everything from the previous plan plus, it includes all the options from the limited plan, okay? With unlimited schedule views. We can have unlimited teams for large companies. This includes private docs, timesheets, and 2-factor SMS auth for better security. We also offer single sign-on with Google and customizable dashboards with advanced widgets. Got it? The next plan would be the Business Plus, which costs €19 per member per month. This plan includes around 600 features, everything in the business plan plus priority support, conditional logic in forms we create within ClickUp, unlimited subtasks in our lists, team sharing, a much higher API limit, and more. The Enterprise plan has custom pricing and requires talking to the company directly. It's designed for large organizations and includes everything in Business Plus, along with a dedicated customer success manager. Enterprise also allows for white labeling, unlimited custom branding, and anything else we might need. While we're not at that stage yet, we can discuss with ClickUp to customize a plan that fits our company's specific requirements. ClickUp versus Rai. We love comparisons. Today we'll compare these two project management tools to help you choose the best one for you. Let's start with ease of use. From my perspective, ClickUp is the more user-friendly option. While it has many features, I find its way of organizing workspaces, spaces, folders, and lists to be more intuitive and customizable than what Rai offers. Rai might be better for businesses due to its wider range of options, but it can be confusing for beginners. Regarding pricing, ClickUp offers a more robust free plan compared to Rai's offering. Plus, the payment plan is great for freelancers and project managers. It might work for companies too, but it's an excellent choice for individual users. Rai, on the other hand, might be better for businesses from my perspective. Their €10 plan is powerful, but may not be as cost-effective for freelancers. Both are highly customizable with automation options and built-in AI systems, which can really streamline our work. I think in terms of customization, the two platforms are quite similar. Where we can see a more noticeable difference is in the imports and exports feature. ClickUp has an intuitive menu for importing and exporting files, allowing for quick imports from numerous applications. As you can see, we have a full tutorial on how to do it. This makes it easier if you want to switch to this platform. It also offers an API option that can greatly help automate our work 100%, as we can create automations not just within ClickUp but from outside the app too. Both have active communities, good support, and similar boards or tables. In this aspect, Rike stands out a bit more from my point of view. I think Rike's boards and views look better, but you'll hardly notice a difference between them. They're both well designed. I'd recommend Rike for managing structured projects with advanced tools for larger companies. ClickUp is better for flexibility and customization in personal projects, or for freelancers and small to medium-sized teams.